Too good like a faucet. The right to stand bold, I'm in line for him. Crying loud voice cutting through the quiet storm. Like King Tide with the five bombs. It be smoke when we drop the cannons. No fire come. The home of the truth. We don't play around. Hide the women and the liquor when we take it ground. Living in hell will make the best of it. And endure through the rest of it to the end. And you ain't gotta listen if you choose. As long as you don't get us confused. We not Christian. This the life of a priest that we know in the streets, and you know we teach the Jews. Fresh braids on my head, fresh boots on my feet, and you know we keep the jewels. Home squad of real niggas, we some certified killers, and you know we got the tools. Nah, nigga, we ain't Christian, ain't shit sweet, you musta got us confused, 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 got us confused. Nah, nigga, we ain't Christian, got us confused. It's the life of a priest that we go in the streets, and you know we teach the Jews. Fresh braids on my head, fresh boots on my feet, and you know we keep the jewels. Home squad of real niggas, we some certified killers, and you know we got the tools. Nah, nigga, we ain't Christian, ain't shit sweet, you must have got us confused, 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 got us confused. Nah, nigga, we ain't Christian, got us confused.
All right, Shalom, Israel, get Lord hand, man. High holy day tonight, you understand? Be the most high, and the Howard Shine, and man. All right, we're going to be going over, this is the Feast of Purim, right? And, of course, we're going to be going over the scriptures, you understand? If you got any questions before we start, and then a couple of announcements, too. We got the next up and coming food drive on March 5th, all right, 2021. Man, this year almost over already. You understand? We already in March out here. It's March already. You understand? But March the 5th, 2021, from 1 to 3 p.m. right outside our building, 5261 Delmore Boulevard. Man, you'll pull up, and I be saying it on purpose, pull up. Yeah. Everybody try to correct me when I make that on to the post. I say pull up and pull up your trunk. I actually be saying it, intentionally. You understand? I be trying to rhyme. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Cap got a few balls here and there. You know what I mean? But like I said, make sure y'all come, man. If you need food, anybody you know need food, you understand? You're more than welcome to come and get it. All right, Commander Jimmy Hunter is feeding all of our people, man, that's in need. Then we got the Sharpen the Sword radio show hosted by myself every Sunday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Make sure y'all in the building, on the line, whichever. You understand? We're going in. I got a couple of interesting stories, too, that I want to pull out this Sunday. So make sure y'all tune in. You understand? You got a call-in number if you can't make it out physically tonight for the questions. We got a call-in line as well. You can dial 712. If you got any questions, comments, or want to listen live, you can dial 712-832-8330 or 425-436-6260. And the access code for both numbers is 825-1636. All right. Now, we got any questions on the line? I'm going to try to slow it down a little bit because I know I had a few people say I was going too fast. So I'm going to slow down. We'll do the Matrix thing. Neo. Go slow. Okay? I'm going to take it slow. All right. Go ahead. What happened? What? They said what? Mm-hmm. We ain't getting no audio? radio station. What radio station?
Metro by T-Mobile. Metro gave me and the family high-speed data for only $25 a line for 4 lines and covered the switching fees.
Yeah,
Plus, they threw in 4 free Galaxy phones just for switching. Now
Okay.
we can post pictures of my latest bakes and get out the word so the whole town knows I'm whipping out something sweet. How's that for stretching some serious dough?
You sure there ain't no video playing on there? On the computer? Huh? I said, just make sure they know the plan. Yeah, I can hear it. King, I wish I had a voice of many waters. You understand? Yeah, it might be something playing in the, on the computer. Might be a video pop up or something playing on the computer. That's on the conference line. That ain't got nothing to do with it. It shouldn't cross that. It's never crossed it before. So like everybody, we have some technical difficulties. My scientist is over going mad, huh?
I don't know why. Sometimes it's box.
We good? Most high Christ. Give my mad scientist a hand. You see how he going crazy trying to figure it out. You hear me? I'm telling you, that's my man right there, Officer Cabal, man. Where we at? We got any questions on the line?
Wow.
Alright. We're gonna go get in it real quick. Let's see. Go to Leviticus 23 and I believe 37. Let's make sure everybody got it. You gonna be up here teaching one day, that's all right. Everybody got it? Alright, go ahead, Warrior.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 37. These are the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering and a meat offering, a sacrifice and drink offerings, everything upon his day.
Okay, so the holidays, just like everybody in America and in the world, celebrates the holidays. You understand? The Most High has, high holy days. He supersede those. You understand? Matter of fact, we're not even supposed to celebrate those. We're not supposed to celebrate Christmas, your birthday, New Year's, Go ahead, give me one, niece. Give me one. What's a day that people should not celebrate? Don't look at mama. You know. Come on. What is Labor Day? Damn right. Give her a hand. That's right. They should not celebrate Labor Day. You know what I mean? And speaking of Labor Day, the Most High gives you a Labor Day, a day of rest for all your hard work every week. Right. Every 7 days you get a rest. So why on earth are we all geeked up and barbecuing and happy, you know what I'm saying, to take 1 day off of work that the devil gives you? He don't want to give you that day off. You understand? He wants you slaving. You see what Donald Trump said when Fauci was saying, hey, close this place down. Sick, they dying. Let them stay home. Donald Trump said, oh, hell no. Stay back to work. You understand? Hey, man, our oppressors don't care. You understand? But you're right, niece. Labor Day, that's one that we should not be celebrating. Halloween, Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? And then what's so sad is that our people take the holidays and celebrate them and think that they live in the light. You know what I mean? Everybody come to gather around for Thanksgiving. You know how many fights break out at Thanksgiving, man? This is the time where people are supposed to love each other, family supposed to come together, be thankful to God for the things that they have, and then they start fighting and scrapping at the goddamn, Thanksgiving dinner table. You know, I remember, man, one event, my two oldest, man, they mother, family, right, turned around, and Thanksgiving was one of their favorites. You hear me? Boy, it was all kind of abominations everywhere. You hear me? Ham, chitlins, hog maws. You understand? They threw it down, right? And it was a big mess. Always, they had to sit. I mean, the granny, right, was the one whose house they always had it at, and it was. I'm talking about a literal fight, like where to sit. You know what I mean? She had to seat everybody. Oh no, you sit here. You know what I mean? No, you get up. No, you sit over. No, I want to sit right here. I want to sit right here. No, I mean they would almost get to fighting about where they finna sit at. You know what I'm saying? And that's ridiculous, man. And why? Because we're not supposed to be celebrating that mess. Them holidays have a whole separate demon. You understand? Them holidays have a demon of its own. Okay? Christmas, Thanksgiving, your birthday, turn up for the day, for the week, for the month. You understand? I got an aunt, boy, she turned her birthday into her birth month. And she did something every day, the whole month she was born. Kicked it, smoked it. You understand? She did it, boy, the whole damn month long. I'm like, damn, how disgusting can you be? Like, what is so great and so amazing about you where you got to celebrate the whole month? You know what I'm saying? Which is ridiculous, man. You know what I'm saying? But those days, we're not supposed to be celebrating. We are supposed, if you are black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you are an Israelite. And the Lord gave you days for you to celebrate. You understand? Now, there's nothing wrong with a gathering, right? Black people like coming together, man. Eating, drinking. You understand? Having fun. Nothing wrong with that. Your family, the brothers, your sisters, your partners, your girls want to hang out or something like that. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you celebrate these holidays, that's where you're going off at. You're sinning, and that is a sin according to the Lord, and you are serving a whole nother God doing so. You know what I mean? And this is why in the Isupk, we celebrate nothing but the high holy days that's in the Bible. We getting back to our culture, stuff that was lost, that was stripped from us, beaten up off of our backs. I say it all the time, like the movie Roots. I remember they used to show us that, man, in school. Every Black History Month. You understand? Every Black History Month, they featured Roots. You understand? And Alex Haley totally went off. I mean, he went all the way off. You understand? He may have had, a good intention. You understand? I ain't gonna say what the brother's intention was, but he went totally off by claiming that we were Africans in that movie. You understand? When we are not Africans, we are Israelites. You understand? You look at us and them, we look different, we act different, we smell different. You understand? Negroes smell way better than the Africans. You understand? I grew up with a couple of Africans, boy, and oh my God, you walk down the street. We had to go, to school, right? We stayed at the top, they stayed in the middle, and we could smell it through the street. You understand? When we got past their house, like God, man, we ain't going in there. You understand? Everybody be talking about them, man, because they were so dirty and filthy. They got a culture of their own, man. It's totally not clean. You understand? And it is filthy beyond compare. I don't even see why. I just talked to a sister that was with an African. You understand? And I was like, man, how did you do it? You know what I'm saying? How did you do it? Like, I mean, they ain't even got no, flavor like a brother. You know what I'm saying? Corny as hell. You know what I mean? I think Monique made that hot, didn't she? That movie she did. What was the name of that? Where the African dude was
Like
fixing
Fat
Africans.
Girls?
Huh?
Fat Girls?
What was it? Fat Girl?
God, I believe it was Fat Girls.
Oh man, Fat Girl's been in. I don't know what
Damn
what
right.
they was tripping off of, but it wasn't nothing wrong with that. But they're African, man. You understand? And it was a sidebar real quick. It's a documentary. Oh man, I can't think of the name of this thing, but they put African, and they do things like this on purpose. They put an African as the role with the sister. You understand? And the sister was dogging out and mistreating the African. You understand? When it should have been a brother playing that part. You understand? Because that's who the sisters mistreat. We go in on each other. You get in a relationship with a white boy or African or something. Hey, it ain't no arguing. It's food cooking. You understand? Sisters don't do all that when they get with them. You know what I'm saying? With other people. You understand? With the other nation. But that same guy was on that documentary, and he was, I forgot the name, but he was just playing like such a simp. Like he was just, I am doing my best for you. I love you. Why are you doing this to me? You understand? It was, it was corny as hell, man. But, like I said, we Israelites. You understand? That should speak for itself. Okay? What you got going on?
I was going to say, Salakia, he wasn't even African.
Huh?
The one in that movie, he wasn't even African.
What is he?
Benjamin. He's Haitian.
The dude, the brother is?
That's Salakia, Levi. Yeah, kind.
Yeah?
Kind of.
I thought he was a Hamite.
Allah, he's Haitian.
You sure?
Okay.
Nah, man, you gotta check on that. 'Cause I thought he was a Hamite.
His
Oh, well, if he a brother, then I ain't, hey.
Yeah.
Hey, nah,
Well, I mean, but in the movie he
Go ahead.
portrayed an African. His name
Oh,
was
okay.
Jimmy Jean-Louis.
Uh-huh.
He's born in Haiti.
Straight up.
Okay.
Damn. What you supposed to say?
Well, it's like Salaki, the movie that just came out, Judas and the Black Messiah. They got a Hamite playing Fred Hampton.
God.
Khalil, he from Uganda. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up, yeah.
He can do
Mm-hmm. Man, they doing that, man. They doing that stuff on purpose. You know what I mean? They doing that stuff on purpose. Jump to Esther chapter 1. We're going to scan through it a little bit. We're going to get to the Feast of Purim. And like I said, whenever y'all ready to eat, man, y'all can go, you know what I'm saying?
God.
Y'all can start. Everything in rank order. You know what I'm saying?
God.
Officers, young men, sisters. Yeah, alright, boy. Esther 1. Start at 1.
The book of
But
Esther.
before you start, does anybody know the story of Esther? Is that mine or yours? Okay, I think that's me.
God.
Does anybody know about the Feast of Purim and why we celebrate it?
God.
Anybody heard it? Anybody read it? You
God.
ain't read it, young man? You ain't studying? Huh? You studying? Oh, you just ain't got the Esther yet? I got you. I was fine. Go ahead, Word.
Oh, Salaki, you asked a question I was answering.
Go ahead, you answer.
Oh yeah, Feast of Purim. God, we celebrating basically a sister who did who used her position to save her nation, and basically instead of sitting back and enjoying her position and leaving her nation out to dry when the Edomite came for us, she stood up for our people.
Absolutely. So we're gonna go ahead and read that story. Nah, go ahead, y'all. Yeah, y'all good. Go on, sir. All right, go ahead, brother. Start at verse 1.
The book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 1. Now it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus. This is Ahasuerus which reigned from India even unto Ethiopia, over 107 and 20 provinces.
Yep. Okay, now, King Azarius, what was his name in that movie? Who seen the movie? Go ahead.
Xerxes.
Xerxes. Who seen the movie 300? The big gay, the big gold gay guy. You understand? Yeah, it's big sissy. You know what I mean? That's who this is right here. Go ahead, yeah, Johnny. Oh, okay. That's who this is right here. Okay. Damn, say it again. Ahasuerus. Ahasuerus and Xerxes. Okay, King Ahasuerus or King Xerxes. Okay, that's who this is talking about right here. That guy on but there's some sauce and stuff on the table. I forgot to put it out. So if you, it's over there somewhere around all them donations. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's over there somewhere. You gotta look. It's a box down there. So yeah, there you go. I think. Yeah. That movie 300. Okay, that's who that was. That's who that king is. King Xerxes. All right. Keep going. And this cat here ruled over a bunch of provinces. You understand? 107 and 20 provinces, right? That's 127, right? 127 provinces. Okay? Go ahead, brother. Keep reading.
Verse 2. That in those days, when the king Ahasuerus sat on the throne of his kingdom, which was in Shushan, the palace.
Shushan, the palace. All right. This was his spot right here. Okay. Keep going.
Verse 3, in the 3rd year of his reign, he made a feast unto all his princes and his servants. The power of Persia and Media.
Mm-hmm.
The nobles and princes of the provinces.
No sweat word.
Bid before him.
Keep going.
When he shewed the riches of his glorious kingdom and the honor of his excellent majesty many days, even 180 days.
So this cat like to show off. He like to floss. You understand? Like on the movie. Okay, what was he doing? Just laid up in gold. You know what I'm saying? He had a bunch of chains on looking like Mr. T. You understand? Mr. T looked better though. You understand? That brother looked better than Xerxes. But he liked the flaws to show off. You understand? Like, man, any other heathen. You understand? Who is full-blown homo and rich and whatever else. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Verse 5, and when these days were expired, the king made a feast unto all the people that were present in Shushan the palace, both unto great and small, 7 days in the court of the garden of the king's palace.
So they kicking it, long time. You understand? 100-something days. Then turn around and say, let's do it again. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Verse 6. Wear white, green, and blue, hangings fastened with cords of fine linen and purple, to silver rings and pillars of marble. The beds were of gold and silver. upon a pavement of red and blue and white and black marble.
Mm-hmm. So this place was decked out. Keep going.
Verse 7. And they gave them drink in vessels of gold, the vessels being diverged one from another, and royal wine in abundance according to the state of the king.
Mm-hmm.
And the drinking was according to the law. None did compel, for so the king had appointed to all the officers of his house, that they should do according to every man's pleasure.
Mm-hmm. Now we finna get into where the sister Esther, how she even came into play. Keep reading.
Also, Vashti.
Vashti. Yeah.
Also, Vashti the queen made a feast for the women in the royal house, which belonged to King Ahasuerus.
Okay, so now she done turned around and, after every boy's trip, there's a girl's trip. You know what I'm saying? So he done made a feast. Now she done made one. Go ahead.
Verse 10. On the 7th day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine.
So what does it mean when he was married with wine? What that mean? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Ain't that when your woman you go in your pockets when you drunk? Babe, you want another beer? And she, I need $50. You know what I'm saying? And she all in your pocket. And babe, you said I can have it. Go ahead.
He commanded Mehuman, Biztha, Harbana,
Mm-hmm.
Bigtha, and Abagtha, Zathar, and Carcass, the 7 chamberlains that served in the presence of Ahasuerus the king.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 11, to bring Vashti the queen before the king with the crown royal, to shew the people and the princess her beauty, for she was fair to look on.
Okay, so now Ahasuerus got all of his officers, right? His top men working with. That's what the chamberlains are. Like his top officers, right? And his woman, the queen, Vashti, you know what I'm saying? Have you ever seen a beautiful heathen? You ever seen one of them so beautiful to look at? Damn, you can't. Go ahead.
Salakia. Some of them Edomites with their mama is Israelites.
Yeah. yeah, they do make them look a little better when, yeah.
Kind.
Good,
They
nice.
still heathen, but you know.
Yeah, they heathens, but yeah. That worked for a little bit for the Tia and Tamara.
Kind of God.
Yeah, you right.
Kind
I
of God.
thought they were sisters, man.
Kind of God.
That show, I thought they were sisters. You know what I mean? And they heathens, they devils. You know? Crazy. You understand? Hey, help the sister if she needs any help over there. For me. Yeah. Go ahead, boy.
Verse 12, but the queen Vashti refused to come at the king's commandment.
Okay, now, Vashti, you know, he wanted to show her off, Xerxes or Ahasuerus, right? He wants to show her off, right? He what they call eye candy. Right? She's eye candy to him, you know what I mean? He wants to show her off, and just think about it. What the scripture says that, it asks the question, it said, which is stronger, right? Which is the strongest? Is it woman, wine? What else was it? What else was it? Woman, the wine, was it true?
I think that.
Yeah, I think
that might
the
be.
woman, the wine, and the truth. Which one was the strongest, right? And which one do you think the scripture came up with? Oh, Monday, go ahead. I wish it was.
God.
I wish it was. Hey, you smart though. You hear me? It is for us, because we here. You know what I'm saying? We here. We see eye to eye. Go ahead, boy.
A woman.
The woman. You understand? The woman. And why was the woman the strongest out of the wine? The brothers drink and pass out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The truth, oh my God, the truth shall make you free. But it's the woman.
Yeah, right.
So what makes the woman stronger than those two? Good. Go ahead, bro.
Her feminine wiles.
What?
Her feminine wiles.
Feminine wild.
Kind of a guy.
Okay, we'll take that. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that for 100. You know what I mean? The woman in the scripture was so strong, she turned around, she smacked the king upside the goddamn head. That's the king. You hear me? That's the king to turn around and put you to death. You know what I mean? You trip. Come on, man. This is the king. You hear me? This is Debo, right? This picture Debo, right? Debo be like, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But when he leave, you be talking again, right? But you don't talk in front of Debo. This is the king, man. And she turned around, the woman in the scripture smacked the king upside the head. He had to knock his damn crown off his head. And this is, that's some heathens all day long. You understand? That's some heathen women all day long. Think about the movies, man. The old movies, the black and white movies. What was almost every interaction on the movie when it was a man and a woman? First thing, the man used to be like with cops or some detective. He'll come in, smoke a cigar, and he'll say something. And then what would the woman do? Who knows? What would the woman do? Anybody ever seen them old movies? Anybody ever had TV that had beat cross thighs, make this? Y'all, y'all young. Okay, that's a good thing. All right, that's what's. You ain't never had UHF and VHF on TV. Y'all never had TV with the big old gigantic back. Oh, y'all doing good. Boy, y'all got those slim things on y'all wall. Hey, I still got a big old one sitting hanging on the wall with the back hanging on just like TV right in your face. Got a big old back on it, and I got to hang it. No, I'm just kidding. You're like, damn, y'all was trying to come see that TV, ain't you? Yes, like Cap got a old ass TV, 1982, hanging on his wall with a big back on it. Let me go over there and watch TV on this man. It's like all kind of wires in the back of it, you know what I'm saying, to make it play. You know what I'm saying? But y'all ain't never had one of them TVs? We had to smack it. Oh, okay, my sister, okay, you just gonna roll with me. Right on, sis, I feel you, you know what I'm saying? Don't make me feel so old up in it, okay? But, them old, I used to watch them late at night, you know, well, not too late, because TV used to go off at about, what, 12? I think it was like 12. TV used to go off. Hey, look, young man, like, what? TV off? How late you be up watching TV? Till 5, 6 in the morning? It depends, huh? You just stay up all night, huh? Boy, you youngsters, boy. Good night. Me, I need some sleep. You understand? I need to go to bed. I ain't watching no TV. But the things used to go off at about midnight. And I used to stay up past my bedtime. Don't tell my mom. You understand? My mom, she'll still try to whoop me. You understand? She that crazy. You understand? But the TV, it was always old movie playing. And old black and white movie. Right? And the white man would come in, he'd say something to her. He'd say something to the woman. And then she would do something. Anybody ever seen her? What would she do?
Slap it.
Huh?
Slap it in the face.
Slap him. Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. You old too. Give him a hand, man. You understand? You old too, brother. No, but for real. That's exactly what used to happen. She would turn around and slap him in the goddamn face.
Yeah.
But where do you think the black woman got that from? As soon as the brother says, so, oh, no, you did. Oh, my God. Who you talking about? Head and neck and all, you know what I'm saying? You all that. That's where they get it from, man. Our sister's supposed to be sweet. You understand? It's an old song that my grandma used to listen to. Blues song, I think. It said, you like mom's apple pie. You so sweet, sweet, sweet. Look, everybody know that one. You're young man, you know that one. You know about sweet. But slap him, you know, he don't know about that. But we turned around and our sister, man, is learning this stuff from these heathens. And just imagine, you the man. You understand? You the man, and your woman come and disrespect you. You understand? He trying to show her off. You understand? To his people. You know what I'm saying? He got everybody around. He got all the important people around. And she say, I'm not coming up, no. You understand? Can't do it. She refuses. Keep going.
by his chamberlains. Therefore was the king very wroth, and his anger burned in him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he turned around and he got angry as hell. They say his anger burned in him. Just think about somebody getting that mad. You understand? So where you like seeing flames and you know what I mean? You get hot. Anybody ever been that mad? Where all you see, you been, what you been that mad for? What you been at? You okay, don't tell. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about that later. I want to know what you wasn't that mad? You was that mad too? What? Oh, she gonna tell it. She like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna tell you what happened. See, what had happened was. She tells the story. She like, look, hey, you know, I was trying to color, I was trying to play, I was watching TV. She tells the story, but she turned around and refused to come at the king's request. Keep going.
Verse 13. Then the king said to the wise men, which knew the times, for so was the king's manner toward all that knew law and judgment.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
And the next unto him was Kashana, Shathar, and Matha, Tashish, Miris, Marsana, and Mamukan, the 7 princes of Persia and Media, which saw the king's face, and which sat at the first in the kingdom.
Keep going.
Verse 15. What shall we do unto the queen Vashti, according to the law? Because she had not performed the commandment of the king Osiris by the chamberlain.
Okay, so he said, what are we going to do with Vashti the queen? Because of what she just did, of course, according to the law. Because she had not performed the commandment of the king. You understand? Now just think about, you know, well, they're going to break it down, but just think about, you know, say someone powerful, right? Just think about Donald Trump, right? Think about a king. Think about, what's his name, Kim Jong-un. You understand? Think about those guys, people in power. And then they're refusing to do something that they said do. Right? Keep reading.
Verse 16. And Memucan answered before the king and the prince, Vashti the queen had not done wrong to the king only, but also to all the princes, and to all the people that are in all the provinces of the king Osiris. For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women, so that they shall despise their husbands in their eyes.
Okay, yeah, that's the point right there. That's what he's saying. By the queen doing this, right? She's supposed to be on the right side of the king, right? And by her disrespecting him, what you think little old Shaquita gonna do? You understand? What you think the rest of the women is, you know what I'm saying, the chamberlains, you understand, they wives, what you think they women gonna do? You understand? When they say, go in there and make me something to eat, baby, I'm hungry. You understand? You like, what? I've been at work all day. I'm hungry too. You understand? Ain't that what they say? You know what I mean? Well, I know yours. You know what I'm saying? Yours, you good with yours. I'm just saying, you know, any other time, sisters be like, hey, I've been at work all day too. I'm hungry too. Make me something to eat. Buy me something to eat. Do something. Instead of just going in there and making her man something to eat. And that's the thing that he said. This woman is going to influence all of the other women to turn around and despise us too. Our women gonna turn around. She saw the king. Everybody heard when the king sent for you. Everybody know that you've been sent for, right? And then you better go. You understand? You better go when the king sent for you. And Vashti, his own woman, said, "Nah, you ain't gonna show me off, have me dress up, put on makeup, do my hair, and walk around so that all of your homeboys could, you know what I'm saying, could look at me and say how pretty I am." You know what I mean? That's what she said. She said, "Nah, I ain't doing that. I'm not finna do that." And then the chamberlains, everybody else, his top men say, "Hey, she didn't just do you wrong, bro. She did this to us too. Because our women is, everybody look up to a queen, right? What they do? You know what I'm saying? Sisters don't even know Queen Elizabeth, but they love her. You know what I'm saying? What's the other one? Marilyn Markle. You know what I'm saying? What's her name?
Slovakia. Meghan Merkel.
Meghan Merkel, whatever. You know, Marilyn Manson, whoever. Whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they look up to her. You know what I mean? Sisters was on her. Was really talking like they straight knew her. Like they actually knew this woman. Like they had a conversation with her. Like they had been over her house before. Like they had went out and had drinks with her before. Been to the club with her. Sisters was talking about her. Like they actually knew her. And just think about somebody that you don't even know got an influence on you like that. You know what I mean? Just think about it. You living right here with Vashti. You understand? She threw a party of her own for the sisters. You know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't saying sisters, but the women. You understand? She threw a party for the women also. Okay? So go ahead. Keep reading, brother. If you need, put that chair for right at your form. Yeah, just use what we got. Don't do that. No other kind of way. Go ahead. It'll sweat.
It's like 18. 18. I'm sorry.
Count.
Book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 18. Likewise shall the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto all the king's princes, which have heard the deeds of the queen. Thus shall there arise too much contempt and wrath. Verse 19. If it please the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, and let it be written among the laws of the Persians and the Medes, that it be not altered, that Vashti come no more before King Ahasuerus, and let the king give her royal estate unto another that is better than she.
So what is he talking about doing? Read that again. Read that one more time. Start from that Vashti.
That Vashti come no more before King Ahasuerus, and let the king give her royal estate unto another that is better than she.
So what is they talking about doing with Vashti? Who knows? What are they talking about doing with Vashti? Go ahead, you don't know? You give me an answer. What are they talking about doing? Huh? Give her a hand. Damn right. She reads the Bible. That's exactly what he's talking about doing. He is talking about getting rid of her. You understand? He's like, look, we got to do something about her. We got to show everybody. We got what they say when you go to court. When you do something, they're gonna make an example out of you. You understand? They are at this point making an example out of Queen Vashti. And they said, you know what? We got to do something with it, bro. You understand? She got to go. Give to somebody else that's better than her. You understand? Because just think about it, man. You understand? When your woman acting like a donkey and won't do what you tell her to do, like, come on. You understand? The whole mule, just stubborn as all get out. Won't cook, won't clean. I seen sidebar. I seen y'all know I watch Divorce Court, my shows, right?
Yeah.
Boy, the brother was talking about his wife. She lazy, she don't cook, she don't clean up. Like, damn. You You know what I'm saying? He said he wants somebody better than her. You understand? And that's what the Chamberlain, that's what everybody is talking about at this point is we gotta get rid of her. And not just for a small reason. You understand? This is major to them.
Yeah.
You understand? Just think about the sisters that you see on TV, right? And what's them Housewives, Atlanta Housewives,
Yeah.
and the Love and Hip Hop, and all this. What is the women doing on the show? They going crazy, man. Yeah, they talking crazy, they acting crazy, they whores basically. They ain't wives, none of them. You understand? And come on. Who can deal with that? You understand? What man wants to deal with that type of goddamn woman that is completely disobedient? Yeah, all he wanted to do was show you off for a second. And she said, no. You know what I mean? And they said, okay, we got to do something about this. We got to get rid of her. Keep reading.
Verse 20. And when the king's decree, which he shall make, shall be published throughout his empire, it's like it, throughout all his empire, for it is great, all the wives shall give to their husbands honor, both great and small.
Guess what? If your husband is the man, got a good job, and all this, you gonna give him honor. If he work at McDonald's, you gonna give him honor. You understand? Right. If he ain't got no job, you understand? But it's somewhat small and great. You understand? If he's in power, if he got a lot of money, if he making six figures, or if he ain't got $1, you understand? You gonna give him some honor, and that's what our sisters should be doing too. You understand? Now, this is talking about heathens right here. Right, these are people who are non-Israelites, okay? Hazarias, Chamberlains, Vashti, you understand? These are the Arabs, okay? These are all Arabs, right? And it's like they are not our people. But guess what? Our sisters, they commanded to do the same thing. You understand? They are commanded to do the same thing in the Bible. And they said, you know what? This decree is going to go out. They're going to make this into a law. They're going to pass this law, right? Ain't that what the white man do? When he wants something passed, make a bill, you understand, and get turned into a law. That's what they sat down and did. They said, man, damn, after what she just did, we got to make sure that this don't happen. So they said, we're going to turn around and we're going to send this out, and they're going to follow it. And they're going to honor their damn husbands, all right? Great and small. Okay, keep on.
And this saying pleased the king and the princes, and the king did according to the word of Memucan.
So this pleased the king, right? Because of course he was. What did it say? He was burning. You understand? With wrath. Okay. He was extremely angry. He was mad as hell. You can see fire in his damn eyes. You understand? He was just that mad. Because guess what? He was drinking. He was married, right? That's what it said. He was drinking and married, so he having a ball. He kicking him. And then he like, man, tell my woman to come here, man. So I can show her off real quick. So I can show everybody I got this dime. You know, popping his collar and all that. You know how they do, talking ish. You know what I mean? He popping his collar on him. And then turn around and she did not come. Boy, just imagine what that felt like. Just imagine what that felt like. Oh my God. You are the man. And she told you no. Like, oh, this is ridiculous. You understand? That is ridiculous. But this right here, please. And he said, you know what? We're going to do just that. Keep reading.
Verse 22. For he sent letters into all the king's provinces, into every province according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language, that every man should bear rule in his own house.
And then how many men?
That every man should bear rule in his own house.
Now, just think about this. He sent that out to Israelites too. Israelites were living in the provinces as well. Same way pretty much today. You understand where, you know, you got brothers living in North County. At first it was predominantly white. You understand? The South Side. The South Side was predominantly white. Until now you got brothers, you got Isupk taking over. Ooh, Isupk taking over the South Side, boy. Ain't nothing but boots and tacos down there on Cherokee. You understand? I love going down there. It's like, I love going down there, man. You understand? Like I said, it don't matter which one you go into, which one of the Mexican joints you go into, boy. It got some good food.
Yeah, right.
And some good customer service. You ain't got to tell them about no customer service.
Yeah.
You understand? When you go, hey, my friend, hey, amigo. You understand? And they hooking you up. And the plates ain't skeet. I've been talking about Judah lately. Judah been tripping. You know, I know Judah got it kind of rough. I ain't mad at him totally. But Judah been making some skeet plates. Okay? A nigga want to come in and enjoy your food. Right? It should call passing you up. You understand? You tripping. Okay? You tripping. Alright? But yeah, man. It's like they turned around and published this to all the people in everybody's language. You understand? This went out to everybody. This wasn't just no Arab thing. This wasn't just no House of Azorius or King Xerxes thing. This went to everybody, so that nobody would have this problem in their household. You understand? Now think about if the devil was to send that kind of decree out right now when the sisters go to him for some food stamps. You understand? Like brothers get put out like over food stamps, man. You understand? Brothers get put out of the. I seen a sister. Every time I talk about this, I bring this up. It was a sister on Facebook that took pictures of her refrigerator, her freezer, the deep freezer, the cabinets, the pantry, everything. You hear me? She went checking down the list. Freezer full, refrigerator full, cabinets full, pantry full, this full, deep freezer, that full. And she said, and a nigga didn't do it. I said, oh my God. You understand? I said, damn, sis, why you gotta shit on your man because you went and got some food stamps? And that's what she said. She admitted to getting a bunch of food stamps. You got the babies from the man. That's how you even got the goddamn food stamps. If that man had not have inserted his seed inside, I'm gonna keep it clean. We got babies in there. You understand? And inserted his seed inside of you, you wouldn't be going to apply for those stamps. So why don't you take care of your family with them stamps? Not shit on your man talking about he ain't did. Now he did. He gave you the kids. You understand? So don't. But our oppressor takes that and uses that. You understand? When they pull you over, when they used to say that everything that you say can and will be used against you in the court of law, everything is used against us. You understand? You can count on that. They use light skin, dark skin back in slavery. They use skinny and thick and fat. You understand? That's why we got them complexes now. We didn't have that back in the day. You understand? Brother like whatever he like. What nobody tripping off skinny, fat, light skin, dark skin. We knew we was people. You understand? A light skinned brother ain't no different than a dark one. We all brothers. You know what I mean? But because of our oppressors, then this is the kind of stuff that we go through. They threw last year they threw a Martin Luther King party, light skin, dark skin, light skin versus dark skin on the flyer. You know what I mean? Like, that's ridiculous, man. We people, what the hell we versus, in competition for? It's ridiculous. Light, dark, in between, caramel, whatever kind of complexion you got. If you are Israelite, you family. And that's how that needs to be. All right? Keep going, brother.
And that it should be published according to the language of every people.
Keep reading.
Chapter 2, verse 1. After these things, when the wrath of King Ahasuerus was appeased, he remembered Vashti and what she had done, and what was decreed against her.
Mm-hmm.
Then said the king's servant that ministered unto him, let there be fair young virgins sought for the king.
Okay, so when it said he remembered, it appeased him, and he was satisfied with what decision that he made, right? And then when it says he remembered Vashti and what she had done, what is that talking about? He remembered, like, what come to mind when it says he remembered her and what she had to go with? Absolutely. You understand? He was thinking about what she had did. He wasn't thinking like, oh man, let me get my baby back. You understand? You know how some brothers do. After the woman cheat. What's that one that viral thing that was going around with the brother, the hugging the woman that had the baby? He had a shirt on, said something about a man that's gonna step up or something. Who know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Who know what I'm talking about? Get it to me. Get it to me. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't
Anybody know?
the exact slogan that T-shirt he's wearing. Yeah, basically, his woman cheated on him with another man. She got pregnant. He the dude who she got pregnant on.
Yeah.
So here come, simpleton. Come in.
Right, simp.
Yeah.
You understand? A simpleton. You understand? He turned around, and his woman flat out cheated on him, and then come back to him with the baby. Why? Because the other dude, that's how it always happens. The other dude don't want you. You a whore. What in the hell do he want you for?
Right.
So he know you got a man. You cheating. You ain't worth nothing. You understand? So he turned around and didn't want you. What did they say? Step up. Wasn't gonna step up and take care of the baby. So she goes back to the simp, and the simp put on a shirt and wrote a phrase, made a phrase, something not the father, but the man is gonna step up, something like that. I think it was something like that. Yeah, something like that. Right now, Slaki, this heathen wasn't no simp. You understand? This heathen wasn't no simp. He said, you know what? Remember this? Oh, she disrespected me, man. Give me some virgins. Give me somebody new. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, keep reading.
Okay, Slaki. Verse 3. And the king, and let the king appoint officers in all the provinces of his kingdom, that they may gather together all the fair young virgins unto Shushan, the palace, to the house of the women, unto the custody of Hegi, the king's chamberlain, keeper of the women, and let their things for purification be given to them.
Okay, okay, so he said, okay, we're gonna appoint officers. We're gonna have people going around getting all the fine ladies that you can find, right? And the chamberlain, he's the keeper of the women. He is the person that's, say like for instance, at a zoo, right? The keeper of the bears, the keeper of, he makes sure that they good, right? The keeper of the animal, the keeper of the women. You know what I'm saying? Before she go to her man, which is the king, she goes to the chamber and says, oh, excuse me, I need, such, I need this, I need that. That's his job, right? And when it says the things of their purification was given them, what is that talking about? Who knows what that's talking about? Let's see if anybody knows. A woman's purification, the things of her purification. What does that? I know you know. Give them a second. Let's see if they know. Do any of y'all know? The things of her purification. Go ahead, Warren. Give it to me.
Well, for them with their culture, it was basically before a woman was considered unclean, and before they became before anybody honorable, they had to go through certain rituals before they could be presented.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like they weren't even worthy to be in the king's presence until this was done.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I think kind of he goes into it. Like,
yeah, so this is pretty much, this is Bath and Body Works
God.
situation. You understand? That's what this is. What's the little ball that they use? The swimming ball. Yeah, man. Or the gloves. They exfoliate their skin. You understand? That's what this is. Okay, bath salts. What else do y'all? What y'all use? What y'all use? Give me something that y'all use, huh? Smell good. What is it? body spray, body wash, all that. That's what this is. Yeah, the sisters, the women, these is, some of the sisters in there, you understand, because our sisters is the baddest, if you ask me.
Damn right.
So I know they went around and saw every sister was like, damn, just bring all of them in here.
God.
You understand? Bring Judah, bring Issachar, you got your hand up? Go ahead. Oh, you wasn't? Okay. Bring Judah, bring Issachar, bring Naphtali, bring all of them sisters, because all of them bad. You understand? Afro-Latina, bring the Afro-Latina in her, Ephraim, bring her in her, bring them sisters in her. So there was some sisters included in that. But the things of their purification, that's what it's talking about. For them to just turn around and get themselves together before they go and meet the king. You can't just get off work and wash, take a bird bath. You know what I mean? You can't just take no bird bath, you understand, and wash them in the sink and then go meet the king. Oh, no.
Come on.
You go ahead.
We call them whole baths.
You can't take no whole bath, okay, according to Cabal. I didn't say that. He did, okay? So you tell him. But you taking a whole bath. You can't take no whole bath and go see the king.
Right.
You got to get purified. You got to clean yourself up, okay? You got to turn around and get it together, all right? Go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 4. And let the maiden, which pleaseth the king, be queen instead of Vashti.
So they say, look, here's her immediate replacement. Whichever one he set his eyes on and that he won't, you understand? That's the one. Okay? Keep going.
And the thing pleased the king, and he did so.
So he like, you know what? Yeah, that sounds good. A quick replacement. You understand? What Beyonce say? To the left. Hey, he got rid of her quick. He like, yo, give me somebody else. Okay, quickly, expeditiously. Ain't that what Joe Clark said? You understand? Expeditiously. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 5. Now in Shushan, the palace, there was a certain Jew whose name was Mordecai, son of Jair, son of Shimei, son of Kish, a Benjamite.
Benjamite. This was a brother. This was so-called Jamaicans. You understand? They're not Jamaicans. They are Benjamites.
Yeah, right.
Okay, these are our brothers right here. Okay, Mordecai. Mordecai was a bad dude. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 6. Who had been carried away from Jerusalem with the captivity, which had been carried away with Jeconiah, king of Judah, who Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had carried away.
Keep going.
Verse 7. And he brought up Hadassah, that is Esther, his uncle's daughter, for she had neither father nor mother, and the maid was fair and beautiful.
Okay, now here we go with Esther, right? And this was his cousin, right? And she was fair and beautiful. You understand? His sister was bad, right? And she had neither father nor mother. So something happened to her parents. You understand? Something happened to her parents, and he stepped in and looked after his people. Keep going.
Who Mordecai, when her father and mother were dead, took for his own daughter.
That's what we do. You understand? We turn around and somebody passed or somebody, is incapable of taking care of the kids. Family usually step in and take, don't worry about it. Bring my niece and nephew over. You know what I'm saying? Bring my little brother over. You understand? I'm sure everybody done that. You understand? I ended up raising my little brother and sister as if they were my own. You understand? I love them like they was my own. You know what I mean? So my daddy had them, I went and picked them up. You understand? And they was with me all the time, more than they was with their daddy. And it was just hey, they love their brother. I love my little brother and sister. You understand? And I took them in, and they stayed with me and all of that. So I'm pretty sure everybody had, a moment or time like that to where somebody in the family needed somebody, something happened, you understand? And somebody took them in. And that's what Mordecai did. Keep going.
Verse 8. So it came to pass, when the king's commandment and his decree was heard, and when many maidens were gathered together unto Shushan the palace, to the custody of Haggai, that Esther was brought also unto the king's house, to the custody of Haggai, the keeper of women.
Okay, so now, of course, says she was bad too, right? So she was one of the ones that got picked. This was a sister, right? This was a Benjamite sister. And she got picked, okay? Keep on.
Verse 9. And the maiden pleased him, and she obtained kindness of him.
Mm-hmm.
And he speedily gave her things for purification.
So she was so bad. He said, you know what? And man, let me put you to the front of the list. You understand? You know how waiting lists, how long they can be?
Yeah.
You understand? My mother's trying to get an apartment. They told her if she get a handicap unit, it's going to be a 3-year waiting list. That's what they told her. She got to wait 3 years. But she was so mad. You understand? He said, you know what, baby girl, you give you this stuff right now. You understand? Let me give you this purification stuff. And you go on in there and you get ready. You understand? Because Haggai, you understand, the chamberlain, he turned around. He was like, this is her bag. I know the king gonna like this one. We got to put her in there. So he put her up at the front. All right? And said he speedily gave her the things of purification. Keep on.
With such things as belonged to her,
Mm-hmm.
and 7 maidens, which were meet to be given her out of the king's house.
Mm-hmm.
And he preferred her and her maids unto the best place of the house of the women.
So, guess what? She got a 5-star room.
God.
You know what I'm saying? They hooked her up. They said, you know what? No, we can't just let you, sleep on no cot. We got to get you, what's the presidential suite? We got to get you a presidential suite. We got to put you in the best spot that we got. That's what they did. Okay, free from roaches and bed. Heathens got a lot of roaches. Them Arabs. You go to an Arab hotel, boy, you better check it first. You better check the room for bed bugs and roaches. Okay, I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now, you better check. Okay, he ain't as clean as you think. All right, but they said, you finna get the best room. All right, free from bed bugs and roaches. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 10. Esther had not showed her people nor kindred. Nor her kindred, for Mordecai had charged her that she should not show it.
So he told her, don't tell them that you, or an Israelite. Don't tell them that. All right, keep on.
Verse 11. And Mordecai walked every day before the court of women's house. Before the court of the women's house, to know how Esther did and what should become of her.
Mm-hmm. So he was checking on her every day.
Yeah, right.
You understand? He didn't do like my coworker did. This devil went and on find a bride or buy a wife or something like that. And he went and bought him a woman from the Philippines. And guess what? That father got that money for that little girl, and he wouldn't even think about it no more.
Right.
He wouldn't even worry about her ass. He said, get out of here. You understand? Shipped her right on off. You know them heathens do that.
Yeah.
They raise, when the little girl is so-called pretty or whatever, they raise them as, to ship them off and sell them so that they can make money for the family. You understand? Matter of fact, sidebar, it was a case, a devil had bought a wife from China. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot how long they was married, but he was together, this and that. Then all of a sudden the family stopped hearing from the girl, the China girl. You understand? And then the man goes back and try to buy the sister. And then they was thinking like something wrong. Like, why you know what I mean? How you trying to come back about us? And we ain't heard from my daughter. And they turned around and called police, and he had killed her. And was finna do the same thing to the sister. He was gonna marry her, buy her, marry her, and he gonna kill her too. You understand? Hey, he crazy. You know what I'm saying? These heathens are nuts. I ain't selling my daughter like that. Oh, come on, God, come on, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's ridiculous. You know, and they paying big money.
Yeah.
They paying thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
You know, tens and thousands of dollars. Not just no, tax money. You know what I'm saying? They paying, hey, we paying a whole year's worth of salary for some of them. You know? They were killing them, man. They was trying to do the same thing to the sister. They set him up too. Set him up, said, oh yeah, she love you, and he sent the money, and did all that, and the police waited on him. You know what I'm saying? They set him up. But, But, go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 12. Now when every maid's turn Now when every maid's turn was come to go into King Ahasuerus, after that she had been 12 months, according to the manner of the women. For so were the days of their purification accomplished, to wit, 6 months with oil of myrrh, and 6 months with sweet odors, with the other things for the purifying of the woman. Then thus came every maiden unto the king. Whatsoever she desired was given to go with her out to was given her to go with her out of the house of the women unto the king's house. Even the evening she went, and on the morrow she returned into the second house of the women, to the custody of Shashgaz, the king's chamberlain, which kept the concubines. She came unto the king no more, except the king delight in her, and that she were called by name.
Okay, skip down real quick. Go to 3 and 1. We're gonna skip through a little bit. We getting a little closer to the time. Let the young man take back over. Go ahead, Warren.
Esther chapter 3 verse 1. After these things did King Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, and advanced him, and set his seat above all the princes that were with him.
Okay, now this is Haman, right? This is an Edomite, okay, and he ended up getting promoted, right? He got promoted over everybody, right? Keep going.
Verse 2. And all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman, for the king had so commanded concerning him. But Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence.
Mordecai did what?
Bowed not.
Man, hey, it's an Israelite. You understand? We ain't bowing to no nip. You understand?
What?
He said, he didn't bow. Everybody else did. And just think about it. Mordecai, like, who are you? Like, who are you not to bow to me? You understand? Think about Trump. You understand? Think about any devil that's, powerful. You understand? When he turn around, he come in the room, he expect to get respect. He expect to get reverence. You understand? He expect to get, hey, oh my God, yeah, great, you're the greatest. That's what he want. Okay? Mordecai didn't give it to him. He did not bow. Keep going.
Verse 3. Then the king's servants which were in the king's gate said unto Mordecai, why transgressest thou the king's commandments?
So he like, why is you not bowing to this dude? Like, what's your problem? You understand? Keep going. And to transgress means break. You understand? You breaking the king's commandments. You breaking the law right now, right? Like when the police pull you over, if you're doing 55 and a 35, you are breaking, you know what I'm saying, Donald Trump's commandments. You're breaking the white man's rules, his laws, right? You're breaking Joe Biden's laws, okay, by you not slowing down and driving at speed. So that's what he's saying right here, is why are you not obeying the king, right? Keep going.
Now it came to pass, when they spake daily unto him, and he hearkened not unto them, that they told Haman to see whether Mordecai's matters would stand. For he had told them that he was a Jew.
So they like, man, let's see if this even, like, if it even mean anything. Like, by him not bowing to you, you understand? Let's see if this even mean anything. Like, who is this Jew? You understand? Who is this cat right here that won't bow? So they like, oh, he a Jew. Okay, keep going.
And when Haman saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, then was Haman full of wrath.
So you know the devil immediately got mad.
Yeah.
He immediately got mad. All right, keep going.
And he thought scorn to lay hands on Mordecai alone, for they had shewed him the people of Mordecai. Wherefore Haman sought to destroy all the Jews.
Some of the Jews?
All the Jews.
A few of the Jews?
All the Jews.
Most of the Jews?
All the Jews.
Haman said, you know what, I'm going to kill all of them then. That's what we going to do. I ain't just going to lay hands on Mordecai. I'm going to kill all of them. Right? Keep going. Go ahead, Warren. 1 second. Go ahead.
Like, this is the spirit of Edomites, period. Like, whether they in power or not. Like, I swear, okay, so, at my slave, right? If you new there, you have to wear this orange vest your first 2 weeks, right? Now, I done been there like 6, 7 months, right? And I've gotten extra training, done other things. This person walks up to me with an orange vest on and says, yeah, you should really be doing it this way. Listen, I trained the person that trained you. What are you talking about? See, they just think because they're an Edomite that they should be able to tell you what to do in any situation. They don't actually have to be in power or none of that. And if you don't listen to them, they get upset, like they get furious. Because they believe it doesn't matter what position they have. They're still above you. And whatever they say, you need to be doing. If you don't bow down, it's a problem. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, and poor white trailer trash, they get more food stamps than your mama. You understand? Would dog your mama out for getting stamps.
God.
But they getting the goddamn stamps. You know what I'm saying? They getting the stamps. And we'll talk about you for getting them. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Warren.
Lock it. Just to that point, you know, Missouri or Missouri is Republican as it comes.
God.
It is a city where I used to drive trucks. There's a city here, and people move to that city because they understand that, because they get food stamps faster than most other places. Because simply by living in that zip code, they know that you don't have no money, that you broke, and that you need these stamps, you need max immediately. There is nothing but Edomites living there. Ain't no Moab, ain't no Israel, ain't none of that. It's only Edomites, and that entire city is on food stamps. Like, but every one of them, I guarantee you, say, well, you got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, or you know, and they vote for the exact same people who bash and demonize us for being quote unquote welfare queens. No, you're the welfare queen. Like that's what you do. Welfare was literally invented for you.
It was invented for them.
Good.
That's right. Look, when I was down in France, okay, when they only have a job, say, I want to say like 3 months out of the year. You understand? Once Dolly Parton and her big old fake breast, once some shows of hers is over, that's it. You understand? And man, it is more meth down there than the law allowed. Oh, supposed to be the Bible, right? Supposed to be the Bible, but it's meth running all through that place.
Okay.
They break in hotels. They do, oh my God! When Branson is when it's popping, it's popping. Seasons hit, it's popping. You know, it's traffic everywhere. It's miniature golf. It's go kart riding and Family Fun Town. I think it's the name of the place. Family Fun Town, whatever it is. Big old game center and all that. Oh my God! It's on. Swimming everywhere, all that, man. But then when the season's over, good night. It looked like a ghost town. You know what I mean? It looked like a ghost town. When I was there, the Edomite couples, the husband and the wife both had food stamps. You understand? They all had stamps. I think kids had something. They probably had their own card too. You understand? They all had damn stuff. But then I thought about that. I said, man, these people dog us out for getting, we actually poor. You understand? We are poor. They do that intentionally. They intentionally turn around and don't give us a job. You understand? But here it is, they got it, and man, they doing good. They doing everybody getting 365. You understand? A whole damn book of steps. You know what I mean? The mama, the husband, the kids, everybody. For us, when you claim food stamps in one house, that's it. You can't get nobody else get that. You can't just be helping a family member. And they got to share with you. You understand? And then they get their own food. They can't do that. You understand? If you treat your house, they can't do it. You got to turn around and give somebody else's address. You know what I'm saying? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know? But go ahead, Warrior. Keep reading.
To destroy all the Jews that were throughout the whole kingdom of Ahasuerus, even the people of Mordecai.
Okay, so they want to kill all of us, man. And guess what? This ain't no different from, I'm mad about it too, nephew. This ain't no different from what's going on today.
God.
They want to get rid of all of us. If the white man could push a button, what's that little thing on Home Depot? The little button?
Block it. The easy button?
The easy button. If he could push that thing for real and get rid of all of us, he would. I'm telling you, I guarantee he would. But he can't. You understand? Lord won't let him. All right? Keep going.
In the first month, that is the month of Nisan. Nisan, in the 12th year of King Ahasuerus, they cast Purim. That is the lot before Haman from day to day, and from month to month, to the 12th month, that is the month of Adar. Verse 8, and Haman said unto King Ahasuerus, there is a certain people scattered abroad and dispersed among the people in all the provinces of thy kingdom. And their laws are diverse from all people, neither keep they the king's laws. Therefore it is not for the king's profit to suffer them.
Now, listen. Our laws are diverse. You understand? That's what he's saying. You're like, look, these people right here, this stuff that we making up is nothing compared to the laws that they have. You understand? And that's what we're getting back to in the Isupk.
Right.
Is where we are keeping all of our laws, man. You understand? To where brothers are not sleeping with other brothers. Well, that is disgusting as hell.
Right.
You understand? And that is a law. It don't matter. If you try to holler at her and she tell you she got a man, you didn't know. You understand? So that's what. But after that, leave her alone. Don't hit her with that. But damn, shorty, can you have a friend? That's disgusting as hell. Nigga, no. You understand? No, she cannot. At one point, we used to have some sense. You know what I mean? It wasn't so goddamn disgusting, man. You understand? Our women, this is another law. There should be no whores amongst the daughters of Israel.
Right.
And man, this would be such a beautiful place. If it was nobody to sing a song talking about she used to be my girl. You understand? That is disgusting as hell. Songs, me and what is it? She smashed the homies and all that kind of nonsense, man. We ain't supposed to be doing it. You know, we got laws. Guess what? Heathens do that kind of stuff. The heathens run up in somebody's goddamn woman and don't even think twice about it. You understand? Especially a devil. Oh my God. I used to hear them how they talk about, hey man, she's the town whore. I'm like, but damn, that's his whore. I mean, you don't care about that. And they didn't care. They do not care. Heathens do not give a damn. But black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, you should care. You understand? Number one, that's your sister that you are, treating like a whore.
Right.
You understand? And guess what? You should have some worth too. You let them hoes tell you they got worth. You should have some worth too. You should not put your rod in a whore.
Right.
You understand? That's what you should not do. All right? But keep on, brother.
Verse 9. If it please the king, let it be written that they may be destroyed, and I will pay 10,000 talents of silver to the hands of those that have the charge of the business, to bring it into the king's treasuries. Verse 10.
Keep going.
And the king took his ring from his hand and gave it unto Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, the Jews' enemy.
The who?
The Jews' enemy.
Man, guess what? We have actually been enemies since birth.
God.
It's in the Bible.
Right.
You understand? What's that? It's like Genesis 25. Yeah, Genesis 25. To where we was in the womb. You understand? Huh?
Louis 23, 25.
God, we was in the womb. Read it real quick.
Yeah.
We was in the womb. You understand? We was enemies. Okay? The black man and the white man were enemies in the womb. And here it is again. All because the brother, you understand, Mordecai did not bow to the devil. It says the Agagite, this was the Jews' enemy. They've always been enemies of ours. They can't stand us. You understand? Go ahead, brother, read that.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 22. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
Okay, so just picture this woman is having some extreme labor pains, right? She's in extreme labor. And she like, wait a minute, if this is a blessing from the Lord, you understand? If this is from God, then why am I thus? Why does it hurt so bad? That's what she's saying, right? And then keep reading.
And she went to inquire of the Lord.
So she went to inquire of the Lord. Keep going.
Verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
It's 2 different nations in your womb, right? These 2 people that's in your belly is not one. You understand? One is one and one is the other one. It's 2 different people right here. Keep going.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
We are definitely 2 manner of people.
Right.
Brothers just want to chill, man. You understand? Drink a little beer, have a woman, a couple of them, turn around and watch the game. You understand? Chill, shoot some hoop. We do a little something to play the game. Y'all play the game? You play the game? I don't play the game, but you know, ain't nothing wrong with it. You play the game, bro? You got one? What you got? Xbox? Oh, I knew it. I knew you look like an Xbox man. What you got? Xbox?
Xbox.
Y'all ain't nobody play PlayStation? Huh? It was too expensive? The 5 too much? 500 too much? Oh yeah, just don't get down with it. Go ahead.
Sony plays.
It's like, hold on. I bought all my kids PlayStation. I ain't bought none of them no Xbox.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Warren.
Sony PlayStation doesn't allow for the extensive game modifications that Xbox does, which is why I purchased
I
it.
know my science is gonna break it all the way down. Give you the ballistics and the graphics and this, and I knew he was gonna do that. You understand? He don't never come with nothing simple. He go all the way in. You understand? And say, you know what? See, this cord right here does not work. You understand? This cord is only 9 megahertz. You know what I'm saying? You need a 12 megahertz cord. I knew you was gonna do that. You understand? But hey, ain't no wrong with the game. But the devil, oh my God, he wants to kill every damn thing. He wants to go out and hunt every goddamn thing and everybody. You understand? That's the manner of people they are. They are murderers. You understand? Brothers just want to chill.
Yeah, right.
Right? Like the scripture said that Jacob was he was a plain man. Meaning he just like to chill. You understand? He just like to chill. But Esau was a man of the field. You understand? He turned around, was out there hunting animals, and then he turned around and started hunting brothers and sisters.
Yeah, right.
Okay? Keep going. Oh, let him jump back. What, you done with it?
The one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger.
Okay, so you already know who's stronger than the other.
Yeah,
Look
right.
at what the hell we've been going through. The white man lost $5 in what was that? The Great Depression. He lost $5 and jumped out a whole goddamn building.
God.
You understand? Started killing themselves. Look up the Great Depression. They started killing their families. When they lose their money, that's what they do. You understand? What we do is we find a way to feed them. You understand? I ain't killing my babies because I lost my job. You understand? Go ahead.
So, same thing that happened with them back then happened today, and the same thing we did it back then.
Yeah.
Most of the bigger black communities were built up during the Great Depression. During this pandemic, what happened? Most of these Edomites is screaming about losing all this money and not having their business open. Nakers then started making plates. they just all started home businesses. And Nakers is doing better now during the pandemic than we were before. Like you said, two manner of people, completely different, same situation, completely different reaction.
I'm not jumping out of no building because I'm broke.
God.
Damn. You understand? We gonna make a way to make some money.
That's right.
You understand? I remember I used to hear that all the time. Especially my mom used to say this. She, boy, get out there, cut some grass, take out some trash, do something to make some money.
Yeah.
You understand? In a legit way. You understand? What the song say? Mama told me not to sell work. 17.5 say color t-shirt. Mama told me don't get out there selling no drug boy. You understand? Live the honest way. Mama told me that. Okay, she told me to take out some trash, cut some grass, help old lady cross the street. I don't know what was happening back in the day. Old ladies now got hover around, so they don't need you no more. You understand? But we used to help them cross the street. And they, oh, yeah, you're so nice. They give you money. You understand? At least give you a couple dollars. You know, you help take the groceries in the house for them. You know what I'm saying? The old ladies in the hood. They give you a couple dollars. You can make some money like that. But now, like I said, they got hover arounds, elevators, and lifts. They don't need you now. You know, they got workers. You know what I'm saying? What's the home health? No, they don't need you now. No, I'm good, young man. I'm paying this person, you know what I'm saying, every week. Okay, so no, they don't need you now. But let's see. Skip to 4 and 1.
Esther chapter 4, verse 1. When Mordecai perceived all that was done, Mordecai rent his clothes.
What does it mean when he rent his clothes? What does it mean when he rent his clothes? What does that mean? Go ahead, bro.
Like, rip his shirt off, rip his clothes off.
Yeah. He's in agony, right? Yeah. He's in anguish, okay? So he was so mad. He ripped his clothes off. You understand? That's what that means. Go ahead, keep reading.
And put on sackcloth with ashes.
Okay, it was like, what that mean? Put on sackcloth with ashes. What that mean? Who knows what that mean? Go ahead.
Basically, it was our practice of mourning death. He put on bummy clothes and basically was in the dirt.
We were dressed down. You understand? Okay, it's like in the reverse today. And you go to a funeral cleaning the board of health now.
Right.
You understand? Back in the day, they would dress down because this wasn't a happy time. You understand? We wouldn't put on our best clothes to go mourn the loss of our people. You understand? We would be like rags, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm mourning. It was just to show that you are in a sad time right now. Go ahead, brother. Yeah, Jim.
But also, like I was about to say, like we tell our kids, like, go put on your face shoes, put on your good shoes.
God, absolutely. Absolutely. In the time of mourning, is sackcloth and ashes, you gonna put on, hey, go put the clothes, the shoes on, you gonna play in. You understand? Not them new forces that I just bought you. Not them new Nikes, not them new Jordans. You understand? You gotta put on something that you won't play in outside. Go ahead, keep going.
And went out into the midst of the city, and cried with a loud and a bitter cry.
Mm-hmm.
And it came even before the king's gate, for none might enter into the king's gate clothed with sackcloth. And in every province.
So of course, couldn't nobody get it. Now think about it. Shushan, the palace, like I said, it was a glorious place, right? And you wasn't coming in there looking like no damn bum. You understand? You wasn't wearing no sackcloth and no ashes up in Shushan, the palace. Right?
I would say just like the White House today. You can't go to the White House looking like trash.
Well, they can.
Well,
They did. Well, they stormed the Capitol. One dummy had on no shirt. And you know what I'm saying? What the hell kind of Flintstone outfit did he have on, man?
It's like they were calling him a caveman.
You know what I'm saying? He know. Esau know that he is the original caveman. You know what I'm saying? He what's the old cartoon, Captain Caveman? Esau know that's him. The Flintstone, Esau know this. What is Bam Bam? You understand? What is Pebbles? Okay, they white. You understand? They know that that's their culture, man. You understand? And they never forgot it. And this is why we should never forget ours. You know what I'm saying? Because this is near and dear to us as well. Keep on, brother.
And in every province, whithersoever the king's commandment and his decree came, there was great mourning among the Jews, and fasting, and weeping, and wailing, and many lay in sackcloth and ashes.
Mm-hmm.
So Esther's maids and her chamberlains came and told it her. Then was the queen exceedingly grieved, and she sent raiment to the cloth Mordecai, and to take away his sackcloth from him, but he received it not.
Okay, so now at this point, Esther was queen now, right? And let me ask you a question: was she right or was she wrong for marrying this heathen? Was she right for doing so, or was she wrong? Who knows? Who give an answer? Go ahead. She was what? Why you say that?
You're not supposed to marry either.
Where you get that from? Where you get that from? Huh? Absolutely. You understand? It's in the Bible that we are not supposed to marry outside of our nation. So she was absolutely dead wrong for marrying this heathen. Okay, go ahead.
I said like she like prostituted almost. You know how he had a multitude of women to choose from. And she so happened was she amongst other heathen women, or was she like the only Jew within that multitude of women?
No, don't think of it like a prostitute, anything. Give me Matthew, what's that, 25 and 1. You understand? This is even in our culture as well. You understand? To where, I mean, what's the statistic of women to men, right? What is it, like 13 to 1? You understand? Something like that. 15 probably. 20. You gotta think of how many is locked up, how many is dead, how many that's gay, how many that's, you understand, just on the down low, that's gay. You understand too. But how many that's metro, that's gay too. There's they got all kinds of stuff now. You understand? They got all kinds of stuff now. You understand? It is metrosexual. That's something that the devil made up. And now you got what's the other? Metrosexual, the pansexual, the sapiosexual, oh my God, all this. I'm straight. That's all. I'm straight. You understand? Like the sisters say, I'm strictly, you know, we got babies here. I'm strictly, vajayjay. You understand? Straight. I'm all that. I'm straight. Yeah, that's what I am. Straight. All right? Always have, always will be straight. That's it. But the devil give you all types of options. Man, they got, it's all 15, man. About 10 or 15 different sexualities. Ain't about 15 different ones.
God, One is the devil the Bible speaks of.
Absolutely.
I was actually reading an article. Attack helicopter is actually a legal classification as a sex a gender. I mean, sexual identity. There are people who classify themselves as attack helicopters. They're not gay, lesbian, straight. They're attack helicopters.
They got all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
What's the ones that they're not attracted to male or female, but they're just attracted to like their intellect.
Sapiosexual.
Yeah, I think I said that. Sapio.
Okay.
It's all kinds of nonsense, man.
They're attracted to intelligence.
If I see a brother and you smart as boy, you smart a month. That's it. I ain't attracted to how smart you. Just tell me so that I be smart. That's all. Not that I'm turned on by you, but that's the devil. You got options. I ain't got no options, but the one that I was hit. You know what I'm saying? Man, what did my man say? I am a boy, that's it. Ain't nothing to choose from, okay? Go ahead, I'll keep reading.
Esther chapter 4, verse 5. Then called Esther for Hathach, one of the king's chamberlains, whom he had appointed to attend upon her, and gave him a commandment to Mordecai to know what it was and why it was.
Keep on.
So Hathach went forth to Mordecai unto the street of the city, which was before the king's gate. And Mordecai told him of all that had happened unto him, and of the sum of the money that Haman had promised to pay to the king's treasuries for the Jews to destroy them.
So he put a price on their head.
Right.
You understand? And she turned around. They was communicating back and forth with the chamber. Okay? So she heard Mordecai out the gate. He outside the palace. Right? Just think of somebody outside your house screaming and yelling. You understand? So you on the inside like, damn, what is that? So you go to your window. You understand? And she found out it was Mordecai out there doing that. So she turned around and sent the message like, tell him, take the sackcloth and ashes off. Stop that mourning, man. You understand? So he refused. And then he turned around and sent another message. Okay? So this was them communicating back and forth. All right, keep going.
Verse 8, also he gave him the copy of the writing of the decree that was given at Shushan to destroy them.
Okay, so Mordecai like, look, man, here go the hit out on us. You understand? He gave them the hit. Okay? This is why I'm out here doing this and acting like this. You understand? This man sought to kill us all because I wouldn't bow to him. Okay? Keep on.
To shew it unto Esther, and to declare it unto her.
So he like, look, while she's sitting in her is with this Jew, his wife, his queen now, let's show her this. You understand? Keep reading.
And to charge her that she should go in unto the king to make supplication unto him and to make request before him for her people.
Okay, so Mordecai let her charge her now.
Right.
You understand? Tell her it's her duty to go do this before the king. You understand? To help stop this, to help fix this. Since you his damn queen now, since you is his wife now, you understand? Don't just let your people turn around and die. You need to go holler at Xerxes, Ahasuerus. You need to go holler at him and fix this. All right? Keep on.
And Hathach came and told Esther the words of Mordecai. Again, Esther spake unto Hathach and gave him commandment unto Mordecai.
Keep on.
All the king's servants and the people of the king's province do know that whosoever, whether man or woman, shall come unto the king into the inner court, who is not called, there is one law of his to put him to death.
Okay, stop right there. Skip to 5.
Slovakia. 13. You may want to hit 13 real quick.
Read 13?
Camera
Go ahead, read 13, brother.
Verse 13, then Mordecai commanded to answer Esther, think not with thyself that thou shalt escape in the king's house more than all the Jews.
Mhm.
Right.
So he turned. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say,
Go ahead.
cut it out. So he's telling her because she was afraid because you're not supposed to come before the king unless the king called for you, right? And Mordecai told her, go to the king and tell him. And he was telling her in this verse, don't put yourself above your people, right? You can't. It's the saying. There's no one man is above their people, right? And so what he was basically telling her is, look, if you got to sacrifice your life for your people, you just gonna have to do it, right? This isn't about you. It's bigger than you. You're in your position because the Most High wanted you in that position, and you're in that position to do something for your people. See, our people in power now, our rich and our celebrities, they still feel this way, the way she felt. They want to save themselves, like Nick Cannon. They want to save themselves instead of standing up for their people, right? We have to move past that, and this is why Mordecai was such a righteous and just man, because he didn't see, he raised her from a little girl, right? And that's the last thing you want to see is your daughter die. But the thing is, he understood this is about his people. This is bigger than him. This is bigger than her. And our wealthy, and like she didn't even realize, like he had to tell her that you know what your husband just signed, right? Like our wealthy today are so disconnected from our community, right? And this is about having our people be accountable for not just themselves, not just like what Steve Harvey said. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them, right? It's not that. It's being accountable for your people and standing up for your own.
So. Absolutely. You got your hand up?
Yeah, I saw a thing and it said that Kylie Jenner was accidental.
You said what? Say again.
It said I saw this thing and it said that Kylie Jenner was accidental.
What's it say?
What's that aesthetic?
What?
Hi, Chloe.
She was talking. I think she was talking about sexual identity. She's an aesthetic.
Said what?
An aesthetic.
Man.
God, they just use random words. God.
I got you.
God.
Yeah. Right. Dead on. Okay, skip to 5 and 1. Go to 5 and 1 real quick.
Esther chapter 5 verse 1. Now it came to pass on the third day that Esther put on her royal apparel and stood in the inner court of the king's house over against the king's house. And the king sat upon his royal throne in the royal house over against the gate of the house. And it was so, when the king saw Esther the queen standing in the court, that she obtained favor in his sight.
So even though you ain't supposed to, go to the king unless he called you, he saw her and was like, you know what? Oh, badass. Come here. You understand? Put your fine self. You understand? Come on, keep reading.
And the king held out to Esther the golden scepter that was in his hand.
The scepter, what is that? What is that?
It's like a staff.
Kind of like a rock. You understand? He told her, use that thing and told her, come here. You understand? Go ahead, keep on.
So Esther drew near and touched the top of the scepter. Then said the king unto her, what wilt thou, Queen Esther? And what is thy request? It shall be given, it shall be even given thee to the half of the kingdom.
Like what Tony say? Whatever you want, girl. You understand? He like, whatever you want, baby, you can get it. Okay, go ahead.
I just want to point out another thing is kind of saying. She came in the room looking real bad. He held out his golden rod, and she started to rub on the top of it. And then he said, "Whatever you want, you can got it. You can get it. You can have half my kingdom if you want it right now." let's just say it was a little bit of innuendo, but the feminine wiles that she was using.
Now see, I wasn't trying to go there.
What?
Touching my golden rod and all that right now. You understand? We can do that a little later. You understand? But him, on the other hand, okay, he need to get room.
Like I was just trying to, explain.
You man,
he's a king.
No, you know what I'm saying? I got you.
Verse 4. And Esther answered, if it seem good unto the king, let the king and Haman come this day unto the banquet that I have prepared for him.
Okay. Keep going.
Then the king said, cause Haman to make haste, that he may do as Esther had said. So the king and Haman came to the banquet that Esther had prepared.
Okay, so now what Esther did was she followed the orders from Mordecai. And she put herself in that danger. You understand? And she's, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it. Even though she was scared. She said, you know what, I'm going to do it. Right? And she went on and set up this banquet and all of that for the king and Haman and all of that to expose what Haman was. Because remember, Mordecai had sent the hit, you understand, that was on him and all the Jews. And he told her, give this to Esther, show her this. Okay? So now Esther is going to turn around and expose Haman. Go ahead.
Salaki, I just also want to say, like, it's a beautiful thing. Like, this story really shows what happens when an Israelite woman listens to the order and follows the direction of the Israelite man who's been placed over her. Because, again, like, she resisted every step of the way, but everything Haman told her to do, even though she didn't want to do it, she followed his order, and everything worked out for the nation. Salakia, Mordecai, Mordecai.
Yeah, right. She did. Okay, she followed. And yeah, think about it. We could get that order out in all the houses. You understand? Get all the brothers some honor. You understand? And some obedience up in these houses. Okay? We're having going on in the hood. Keep going.
Verse 6, and the king said unto Esther at the banquet of wine, what is thy petition? Mm-hmm. And it shall be granted thee. And what is thy request? Even to the half of the kingdom it shall be performed. Mm-hmm. Then answered Esther, and said, my petition and my request is, if I have found favor in the sight of the king, and if it please the king to grant my petition, and to perform my request, let the king and Haman come to the banquet that I shall prepare for them.
Okay, now stop. Go to 6 and 1 real quick.
Esther chapter 6, verse 1. On the night could not the king sleep, and he commanded to bring the book of records of the chronicles. And they were read before the king. They were read before the king. Mm-hmm. And it was found written that Mordecai had told Bigthana and Teresh, two of the king's chamberlains, the keepers of the door, who sought to lay hand on the king Ahasuerus. Mm-hmm. And the king said, what honor and dignity hath been done to Mordecai for this?
Keep going.
Then said the king's servants that minister unto him, there is nothing done for him.
Nothing done for him. Keep going.
Verse 4. And the king said, who is in the court? Now Haman was come into the outward court of the king's house to speak unto the king to hang Mordecai on the gallows that he had prepared for him.
Now, Haman prepared some gallows, right? Back in the day, they used to hang us on gallows. And it's a little wood, you know what I'm saying, a little beam going up, one going over, and then they hang the rope, and the brother will hang. That's what a gallows is. You understand? It's a device they use to murder or something. You understand? Keep going. Go ahead. Hold on one second.
So when he pulled that record out, right, the Chronicles, right? So those two men had plotted to kill the king, right? And Mordecai turned him in. That when he turned him in, that's when Haman got his position. So Haman's position was only even available because of Mordecai's deeds in the first place, and which is another reason why Mordecai didn't bow to him. You only have your job because I did what I did. Like, I'm the reason you're there. You want me to bow to you? No, that's not how it works. And like that, like to even, but any of these events to even happen, Mordecai, like I was saying before, had to be an upright man, had to be a righteous man of the Most High, and had to stand on his own principles, right? Because the king hadn't recognized that he was the one who saved him, and hadn't realized he'd done nothing for him. And then the next thing he realized, he made the decree because of Mordecai. Because Mordecai wouldn't bow. That was the reason for the decree in the first place. So now the king had to rethink everything he was doing. And that's why standing with the Most High, standing on principle, and not just doing what everybody else around you is doing. This is why it's so righteous, to do that. Because even the king's order won't stand against you if you stand with the Most High.
That's right. That's right, huh? Go ahead, keep reading, boy.
Verse 5. And the king's servant said unto him, Behold, Haman standeth in the court. And the king said, Let him come in. So Haman came in, and the king said unto him, What shall be done unto the man whom the king delighted to honor? Now Haman thought in his heart, To whom would the king delight to do honor more than to myself? And Haman answered the king, For the man whom the king delighted to honor, let the royal apparel be brought which the king useth to wear, and the horse that the king rideth upon, and the crown royal which is set upon his head. And let this apparel and horse be delivered to the hand of one of the king's most noble princes.
Right, skip to 7 and 1.
Esther chapter 7, verse 1. So the king and Haman came to banquet with Esther the queen.
Okay, so Esther convinced the king, and the king told Haman, man, we finna go to this bank. Keep going.
And the king said again unto Esther on the second day at the banquet of wine, What is thy petition, Queen Esther?
So he's like, what's going on?
Right.
What is it that you really want?
Right.
You understand? Keep going.
And it shall be granted to thee. And what is thy request?
That's what it means. Granted thee. I'm going to give it to you. Whatever you want. What is it that you want? And I'm going to give it to you. Keep on.
And it shall be performed, even to the half of the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Then Esther the queen answered and said, If I have found favor in thy sight, O king, and if it please the king, let my life be given me at my petition, and my people at my request. For we are sold, I and my people to be destroyed, to be slain, and to perish.
So she's breaking it down to him now, what's really going on. Go ahead.
But if we had been sold for bondmen and bondwomen, I had held my tongue, although the enemy could not countervail the king's damage. Then the king Ahasuerus answered and said unto Esther the queen, Who is he, and where is he, that durst presume in his heart to do so? Verse 6, and Esther said, The adversary and enemy is this wicked Haman. Then Haman was afraid before the king and the queen.
Okay, so she turned around and exposed this cat, right? Ain't that what they like to say on Facebook, like exposing something? They gonna expose somebody. Esther exposed Haman. You understand? And said, this is the cat right here. Keep on.
And the king, verse 7, and the king arising from the banquet of wine in his wrath went into the palace garden. And Haman stood up to make request for his life to Esther the queen. For he saw that there was evil determined against him by the king.
Okay, so he saw the king like, hold up, dog. You know what I'm saying? what happened when somebody realizes it's a snake amongst them? Everybody turn and look at the goddamn snake like, you understand? They're like, hold up, what? You know what I'm saying? So that's what Hammond is realizing now, that the king know, you understand, what I'm on now, what I'm up to. Okay, keep on.
Verse 8. I mean, it's like,
That's it.
verse 8. Then the king returned out of the palace garden into the palace of the banquet of wine.
The place.
It's like, yeah, the place.
No sweat.
Into the place of the banquet of wine.
Mm-hmm.
And Haman was fallen upon the bed whereon Esther was. Then said the king, when he forced the queen also before me in the house.
Mm-hmm.
As the word went out of the king's mouth, they covered Haman's face.
They covered his face. You ever seen that on the movie? You understand? Yeah, they trying to put a bag over his head. Go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 9. And Harbonah, one of the chamberlains, said before the king, behold, also the gallows 50 cubits high,
Mm-hmm.
which Haman had made for Mordecai, who had spoken good for the king.
Now, he said around and said, you know the gallows that Hammond made to hang Mordecai on? You understand? Keep going.
Had spoken, like, standing in the house of Haman.
Mm-hmm.
Then the king said, hang him thereon.
He said, do what?
Hang him thereon.
He said, take this devil and you hang him on them gallows. You understand? Instead of their righteous brother Mordecai, man. You understand? Keep, one second. Go ahead.
That's Salaki. I just want to say, this is why Edomites gonna get the punishment that they deserve now, right?
Absolutely.
They had a slight. He had a slight with one man, and instead of taking it up with that one man, he wanted to destroy the whole nation. Yeah, the Most High was upset with us because we sinned against him, and then he sent us in their hands to be punished. But they did not have to go as far as they did in the way that they treated us in this country. They did not have to do. They didn't have to, rape our men, women, and children. They didn't have to, use our babies as gator bait. Like they didn't have to go that far. But this Hammond is a perfect example of an Edomite.
They didn't have to use our skin for shoes.
God.
You understand? Good night.
God. And so, this story is exactly a perfect example of the Edomites, and what's about to happen to him. The gallows that he set up are going to be the gallows that he's going to hang on. Just like the punishment that he gives to us, double is going to be measured out to him.
Damn right.
All right.
Damn right. Keep reading. Read verse 10.
Verse 10. So they hanged Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai.
Mm-hmm.
Then was the king's wrath pacified.
So he good now. You understand? He was mad as hell, but now he got rid of that snake. You understand? So now he cool. Pacified. He's straight now. He got rid of the snake. Okay? Go to because they ended up killing Hammond's whole family. You understand? They hung his whole family after that. You understand? They didn't even want none of the sons to turn around and try to come up against what happened here. You understand? And fix this. They said, nah, we're going to get rid of all of them. All right. Let me see. Skip to 9 and... Let me see. 9 and 1.
Esther chapter 9 verse 1. Now in the 12th month, that is the month Adar, on the 13th day of the same, when the king's commandment and his decree drew near to be put in execution, in the day that the enemies of the Jews hoped to have power over them, though it was turned to the contrary, that the Jews had rule over them that hated them. The Jews gathered themselves together in their cities throughout all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus to lay hand on such as sought their hurt, and no man could withstand them, for the fear of them fell upon all people, and all the rulers of the provinces, and the lieutenants, and the deputies, and officers of the king helped the Jews.
They did what?
Helped the Jews.
See, that's what happened when the Lord with you. You understand? The scripture even said He'll make your enemies your footstool.
Damn right.
You understand? The scripture also says that He'll make your enemies be at peace with you. This is why it's important for Israel to follow the Lord, to serve Him, obey Him, without question. You understand? Fight your lust. Who cares if you want to, smoke weed and smoke crack, or because you want to be rich and you think selling drugs is your only way? Who cares because you want to celebrate Christmas? You understand? And things of that nature. You want to eat shrimp and crab and pork and lobster. You understand? Who cares? Serve the Lord, man.
Damn right.
And we'll be in a much better position if we did. You understand? We could be in a position like this right here to where our enemies did what they said they did to us.
Help the Jews.
They helped the Jews, man.
God.
Instead of them turning around and oppressing us every single goddamn day. Thinking of new ways to oppress us every single goddamn day. I'm going to bring out a story about, not a story, but an article about the Joe Biden and the push for the LGBTQ community. You understand? And that's an agenda against us, man. For us to be gay. They only push it, it's only looked at and laughed at and liked and accepted when a black man is the one playing the homosexual. When it's the woman, when Queen Latifah is playing the lesbian. You understand? But when the white woman do it, the white man do it, nobody even cares. You understand? But when the black man puts on the dress, when the black woman turns around and is eating the vagina, then it's the greatest thing ever seen in life. You understand? And that's a whole agenda against us. When we serve the Lord, good night. Our enemies will turn around and help the Jews. You about to say something?
Yeah, so like people don't realize that community is built. It's a genocide tactic. Like, you got men sleeping with men, how can they make babies? You got women sleeping with women, how can they make babies? How can they reproduce? You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't look at it like that. They just laugh at it, let them do them. Oh man, they killing our race.
Right, and they look at it like that because our oppressor has told them that it's an alternative lifestyle.
Right.
That's not an alternative lifestyle. That is what you call a death sentence.
Right.
You understand? Because guess what? Homosexuals get put to death. They get AIDS. They fight each other and kill each other. You understand? Like, man, I know a lesbian, man. This sister was probably a lesbian for about 25, 30 years. And she died with AIDS. And the woman that she was with, it scared her so bad that she turned straight. You understand? I ain't lying. She turned straight because she was trying to figure out how was the woman that she was with every day, how she died 25, 30 years later with AIDS. Like, how did she even creep off? Where did it happen? That she was really messed up behind that. And she said, you know what? Instead of me trying to figure it out, I'm going to just go get me a man. You understand? So the sister, she ain't getting the truth. You understand? She ain't come to class yet, but at least she turned around and she's straight now. You understand? At least she ain't a sapio and whatever, the opio and whoever old sexual. You understand? She's straight now. All right? Keep going, word.
Because the fear of Mordecai fell upon them.
Mm-hmm.
For Mordecai was great in the king's house.
Mordecai was a man now, okay? Mordecai was a man because of what he did for the king, and that was in the records. You understand? He turned around and realized, hold up, this cat that he wants to put to death, wait a minute, he looked out for me. You understand? This dude looked out for me. Why would I kill him? And he saved my damn life. You understand? So he was great after this. Okay, keep on.
And his fame went out throughout all the provinces.
Mm-hmm.
For this man Mordecai waxed greater and greater.
He waxed greater and greater. He was the man. You know how people say words 2 times now? You know what I'm saying? He was the man, okay? Keep going.
Thus the Jews smote all their enemies with the stroke of the sword and slaughter and destruction, and did what they would and did what they would unto those that hated them.
So they turned around. Guess what? We turned around and we handled our business on them heathens that planned on killing us.
Right.
You understand? And that's the blessed part about serving the Lord, man. And we should really take what's in this Bible and get back to that, because we would be safe there. You understand? There wouldn't be no Michael Browns and Tamir Rices and Sandra Bland and things of that nature. You understand? It wouldn't be none of that. We would be straight if we would turn around and obey our God, man. You understand? The Lord will turn around and do to our enemies what they think that they'll do to us. It's in the Bible. Keep reading.
Verse 6. And in Shushan, the palace, the Jews slew and destroyed 500 men.
So skip down to 10.
Verse 10. The 10 sons of Haman,
Now, this devil had 10 sons. Keep going.
the son of Hammedatha,
Habakkuk.
the enemy of the Jews, slew they.
Mm-hmm.
But on the spoils laid they not their hand.
So they turned around and killed all 10 of his sons, too. You understand? And guess what? But they spoiled his things. They left that behind. All right? They didn't touch that. Keep going.
On that day, the number of those that were slain in Shushan, the palace was brought before the king.
So they turned around and, just like in any other war or whatever happens, so they keep a record of how many people end up getting killed. They did the same thing back then, too. Keep going.
Verse 12. And the king said unto Esther the queen, the Jews have slain and destroyed 500 men in Shushan the palace, and the 10 sons of Haman. What have they done in the rest of the king's provinces?
Provinces. They don't swear word.
Now what is thy petition? And it shall be granted thee. Or what is thy request further? And it shall be done.
Okay, so he said, you know what? Look, they didn't kill 500 people. They didn't kill Haman's sons, all of them. You understand? What else do you want? You understand? What else would satisfy? What else would make you happy? Okay? He said, guess what? It'll be done. Whatever it is that you want, we'll do it. Keep going.
Then Then said Esther, if it please the king, let it be granted to the Jews which are in Shushan to do tomorrow also according to this day's decree. And let Haman's 10 sons be hanged upon the gallows. And the verse 14, and the king commanded it so to be done. And the decree was given at Shushan, and they hanged Haman's 10 sons.
Keep going.
For the Jews that were in Shushan gathered themselves together on the 14th day, also of the month Adar, and slew 300 men at Shushan. But on the prey they laid not on their hand. Verse 16. But the other Jews that were in the king's provinces gathered themselves together and stood for their lives and had rest from their enemies.
Okay, stop right there. Skip to 9 and verse, let's see, 20.
Esther chapter 9 verse 20. And Mordecai wrote these things and sent letters unto all the Jews that were in all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus, both nigh and far, to establish this among them, that they should keep the 14th day of the month Adar and the 15th day of the same yearly, as the days wherein the Jews rested from their enemies, and the month which was turned unto them from sorrow to joy, and from mourning into a good day.
Okay, so we turn around and this day, which was supposed to be the sad day, because all of us supposed to die, right? It turned from mourning to a good day. You understand? Keep going. That they should make them.
That they should make them days of feasting and joy.
Mm-hmm. You know, black folks like to eat. We
Right.
like to cook. We like to eat. You
Well,
understand? We like barbecue.
yeah.
You understand? We like fish fry as long as they shrimp and catfish. You understand? It's some salmon and some tilapia and some, what else they like to do? Bass. You understand? What's the other fish? The perk. You understand? I ain't never had no perk.
Oh, yes. Perch, some trout, orange roughy.
Yeah, I ain't.
Rainbow trout, nice.
What's the one? The blue gill?
That's tuna.
Huh?
That's tuna.
What's the one that's blue?
Tuna. Bluegill tuna.
Something else. You sure? Damn, they were like, damn, Cap eating tuna. It's something else, man. I think it's blue something.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's a bluegill. It's a freshwater fish.
Huh?
Okay. It's one that's a bluegill, just a bluegill.
It's something else, man. There's blue something, I think. I don't
No,
know.
it's
Huh?
bluegill. It's one word. Bluegill. Okay. It's not the tuna. This one isn't the tuna. Okay. This is not the tuna.
It's not tuna.
Okay.
The blue gill is not tuna.
Huh.
Okay, so you have me messed up.
I'm confusing my head with
Yeah,
yellowfin.
you confused me.
Okay. You're correct.
You had me thinking I was about to sin going to get some blue gill.
Lie.
You understand? Yeah,
Yeah, look.
Captain wrong, and it's him. Somebody
Yeah.
on him for me. You understand? Tell on him for me. You know? Take him to counsel for me. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I heard it's pretty good. I never had it.
I was like, I haven't either.
You understand? It's a couple of them. I stick to what I like. I don't even be adventuring. You understand?
Yeah.
I know something good, and I'm cool with that. Salmon. Oh, man.
That's hilarious.
Tilapia. Oh, my God. I'm cool with them too, man. You know, it's
So
good.
like you never had red snapper?
Who?
Red snapper?
Oh,
Some Benjamites, they know how to cook some red snapper.
oh,
It's on the
yeah.
south called Jerk Soul, Jamaican restaurant. They got all the fish.
Olive.
No, it's on the south. It's over there off
Sure. So,
Cherokee.
Who?
Off Cherokee.
Huh?
I think I know the one you're talking about, though.
They don't say on the south.
right? If I,
Lie.
you sure?
Yeah, I just went there last week. They delicious. And Benjamites know how to cook
There
that
was
fish.
one on Olive too.
It was?
Yeah, I've been there a couple times.
It's on
I thought
Cherokee.
it was Jerk Soul.
That's what it is.
They had a wrong spot, but it is a Benjamite place out there.
Cherokee, Minnesota.
170, huh?
It's on Cherokee, Minnesota.
On Cherokee?
Yeah.
Huh?
The palm tree.
Oh, the palm tree. Okay. That's what I thought it was. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Salami. If I'm not mistaken. I said, if I'm not mistaken, Jerk Soul is, let me double check. Purple Group Restaurant.
It's who?
Purple Group Restaurant. The owners. They're the Purple Group.
They who?
And the Purple Group.
Oh,
Now you gotta see.
Huh.
good. Nice.
Huh.
It's a couple of them, man. It's a, wait a minute. Hold on.
Salaki. They call the Sabbath the Shabbat, so I kind of figured he was IUIC. They close on Saturday.
God,
They call it the
yeah.
Shabbat. I was wondering.
Hold on. Is that the same spot that used to be off of, not St. Louis, that's Salisbury? Is it the same spot, man? 'Cause it's one that I know they was in a fake group too. They was Yehuda, Yeshiva, and Sabbath spot.
Right.
Sabbath and all that. Off of Salisbury.
Shalom.
Shalom. Right. Yeah, God. I think I can't remember. It's off of Salisbury though. I can't think of.
God. And
That
on
was
the,
them.
I I don't know if they were off of Salisbury, but on their page they do have a picture of a lion that says Shabbat Shalom. Today we rest.
Good night. Good night. Okay, go ahead, brother. Keep reading.
And of sending portions one to another, and gifts to the poor.
Mm-hmm.
And the Jews undertook to do as they had begun.
Salakia.
What's it?
See, giving portions and giving gifts to the poor. I mean, if you really wanted to do a holiday for the kids, Purim is the holiday we're supposed to celebrate and give gifts.
Right.
It's not like we don't have a holiday for it.
Right.
It's just do it on the day that's in our culture, not in the heathens' culture.
Damn right.
Do it the way we're supposed to do it, not the way the heathens are supposed to do it.
Right.
So, I mean, like, honestly, the Feast of Purim, your excuse for celebrating Christmas goes right out the window, and the weather is so much nicer. it's such a better time of year,
Yeah.
you know. And if you get them in early enough, you might even have your taxes by now. You know what I mean?
Right.
You get your gifts and have taxes. You know what I mean?
Right. Might have stimulus too.
God.
So now you got the funds to have some fun.
Right.
Damn right. Go ahead, keep reading.
And as Mordecai had written unto them, because Haman, the son of
How about
Mattatha, the Agagite, the enemy of all the Jews, had devised against the Jews to destroy them,
Mm-hmm.
and had cast Pur, that is, the lot, to consume them, and to destroy them.
Mm-hmm.
But when Esther came before the king, he commanded by letters that his wicked device, which he devised against the Jews, should return upon his own head,
Mm-hmm.
and that he and his sons should be hanged on the gallows.
Okay, so she presented that you understand, that hit that Mordecai sent in her to her. You understand? And she showed that to the king. And then that's what it's talking about. You understand? When it said that the letter that he devised. Okay, because remember, Haman sent out letters to everybody in the provinces, all of his people, to turn around and kill our people. You understand? And then they found that out, and then that's when the king turned around and put that ransom on his head instead of ours. Okay, keep going.
Wherefore they call these days Purim,
Mm-hmm.
after the name of Pur.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore all the words of this letter, and of that which they had seen concerning this matter, and which had come unto them, the Jews ordained and took upon them, and upon their seed, and upon all such as joined themselves unto them, so as it should not fail, that they would keep these 2 days according to their writing, and according to their appointed time every year.
Every year, we are supposed to be celebrating the Feast of Purim.
Right.
You understand? All right, and thank God for Commander Junior Han holding this down, because we actually have a beautiful culture, man. You understand? We got stuff that got real meaning. There's Santa Claus, what's a fat ass white man? You understand? Just giving Negroes gifts in the hood. What is that to celebrate? No goddamn white man gave us, and you better not touch my cookies. I don't like my cookies. You better not come here and touch my cookies or my milk.
Right.
You understand? My kids like cookies too. Okay? And they all got guns. All right? And I ain't talking about no little cap gun either.
Right.
Okay? They got some real pistols. Okay? And you better not touch their cookies. But that stuff right there, even the story when you go and look up Christmas, how it came about, it's a whole lie. It started with a little ugly elf. You understand? A little ugly white elf. That's what Santa Claus used to be first. You understand? It was a little skinny, little ugly little elf. And then nobody gravitated to it. Nobody liked it. You understand? They actually took the story from a brother that was giving toys to kids. You understand? That was a real brother that was doing that. That just turn around and the less fortunate, you would say. He turn around and give them gifts and give them, you know what I'm saying? Kids, give them toys, man. You understand? You go to Walmart, he'll buy a bunch of toys and he'll give them to the damn kids. They took that story and then took it and made it their own, and then they couldn't perfect they didn't gravitate to skinny little elf-looking dude, and then they turned around and drew him a couple other ways. And then when it was ho 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 and he was fat as hell, then everybody just loved to sit on his lap. And then that's when he turned around and Santa was born then. You understand? And that's nothing. You understand? That story is nothing. But this right here, the Feast of Purim, to where these devils plotted to kill us, all because this brother would not reference him as being the man. He like, man, who the hell is you? Nigga, I'm Mordecai. You understand? That's what he's like. I'm Mordecai, nigga. What you mean? Bow to you. You understand? And he turned around, and this is something to celebrate. Not no goddamn Christmas. Not no Thanksgiving, man, when our native Indian brother. For the life of me, I remember when I was hearing it as a kid, that the white man slaughtered the native Indians and stole their land. And what the hell are you cooking for? What the hell are you eating for? What the hell are you celebrating? When they murdered 77 million, and they are our brothers and our sisters. They took the babies, they cut the babies out of those sisters' stomachs, man. And then bashed the babies' heads up against the goddamn trees to kill the babies. Fed them to alligators, did all kind of atrocities to us. And then you want to celebrate that mess? You look stupid as hell. You understand? Now, this is something to celebrate. That right there is nothing to celebrate. The Independence Day. The white man has his independence from the British, but we can't even independently drive and walk across the goddamn street. Michael Brown. You understand? Our children can't independently play in the goddamn playground with a toy gun. White boys go around and play with real guns to kill everybody in the goddamn school. Everybody in their goddamn family. What's them brothers, the Menendez brothers. Murdered their goddamn parents. They old as hell because their mother and father wouldn't give them no allowance. You understand? You grown as hell, man. You understand? When we get grown, we can't wait to get grown in the hood. So we can do our own thing. I ain't trying, mama be giving me $2. I ain't trying to deal with that. I want to make my own paper. And then here Menendez brothers, they mama and father wouldn't give them no allowance because they was rich and spoiled rotten. They killed them. You understand? And here it is, we celebrating the things after these people when we should not. This is something to damn celebrate right here. You had your hand over?
Oh,
You want to say something? Okay, no sweat. Go ahead. Keep reading.
And that these days should be remembered and kept throughout every generation.
Throughout what?
Every generation.
Throughout what?
Every generation.
Every generation. Not just some. Not just what they say back in the Bible days. You understand? We're supposed to be doing this forever. Not just a little while. Not just back then. This ain't just no good old story. This is something we're supposed to be doing today and forever. Keep on.
Right. Every family, every province,
and
every city.
family, every neighbor is supposed to be celebrating this right here.
Right.
Not Valentine's Day, but they just celebrated. You understand? Keep on.
And every city. And that these days of Purim should not fail from among the Jews.
And guess what? They ain't going to fail no more because the ISUPK is going to make sure that we keep teaching this truth so that it don't fail.
Right.
You understand? Keep going.
Nor the memorial of them perish from their seed.
Mm-hmm.
Then Esther the queen, the daughter of Abihail, and Mordecai the Jew, wrote with all authority to confirm this second letter of Purim.
Mm-hmm.
And he sent the letters unto all the Jews, to the 127 provinces.
Go ahead.
That word, man. So
that's all right, word. Go ahead. You get it.
Of the kingdom of Ahasuerus, with words of peace and truth, to confirm these days of Purim in their times appointed according as Mordecai the Jew and Esther the queen had enjoyed them. And as they had decreed for themselves and for their seed the matters of the fastings and their cry. And the decree of Esther confirmed these matters of Purim, and it was written in the book.
And it was written in the book. You understand? That guess what? we are supposed to be celebrating the feast of Purim in all our generations, in all our families, in all our cities. You understand? The city of St. Louis is supposed to be on fire right now because we all is celebrating this. You understand? Not on fire because your woman wanted a teddy bear and some chocolate. You understand? And you celebrated damn Valentine's Day. And with that, we gonna end the feast of Purim, man. Shalom, Israel.